Well, this week, North Gulf Air, based out of Atlanta, Georgia, has begun advertising the lowest airfare anywhere in North America. But they are only able to do this based on additional costs. To tell us a little bit more about their new pricing, I'm joined on the line by a spokesperson for North Gulf Air, Mr. Clarence Hickey. Hello, Mr. Hickey.
Yes, hi. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, and yourself?
Well, I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you very much for the conversation.
Well, tell us a little bit more about your airline for those who aren't familiar with North Gulf Air.
Yeah, well, North Gulf Airline is a discount airline that's been providing service to the southern United States now for over 33 years. We provide service from as far east as Jacksonville, Florida, to going as far west as San Antonio, with several destinations in between.
Okay, so your airline has the lowest total price in all of North America for any airline. What is that price?
Yeah, that's $29, and that's a flat rate charge for one-way travel between any of our 47 different destinations.
Okay, so how are you able to charge that little for an airline ticket?
Well, I guess the answer behind that is that there are obviously a handful of miscellaneous charges that will be administered to our passengers when they actually get to the airport.
Okay, so what are those charges?
Well, I guess the largest charge is going to be a new charge that we've brought into play, which is simply charging our passengers for their total weight.
I'm sorry, so exactly what does that mean, total weight of the baggage?
Total weight of the person and their stowed overhead luggage, and then their checked bags, too. So it is the $29 flat rate includes 90 pounds of passenger travel. So what that means is if a passenger is 90 pounds or under and they are traveling with no additional luggage, well, then they get to take advantage of truly America's least expensive airline rate, which is $29 flat rate.
Okay,
so you can fly for $29 from San Antonio all the way up to Charlotte, North Carolina.
But that seems almost impossible for any grown adult to be, most of us are over 90 pounds. So
you'd be surprised. There's some people that sort of squeak in there.
Yeah, so how much does it cost them if they're over? How much is the fee for being over 90 pounds?
Yes, and thank you for the question. It's $2.50 per pound. So what that would be is, let's say we have a passenger who's coming in at 200 pounds. But then let's say they're also carrying around with them a large bag that's coming in at around 40 pounds. So now we're up to 240 pounds plus the original 90.
So the ticket then becomes about $600.
Yeah, somewhere in that vicinity. So in that particular case, you're kind of, for a passenger to find this economical, they're certainly not going to want to be traveling, a short route like a Houston to Austin. That would be sort of an expensive 35 minutes.
Well, how would you respond to allegations that, this is quite an epidemic in the airline industry, that you're advertising a cheap ticket price, but then you get to the airport and there's all these fees? How do you respond to that?
Well, I would say that that's absolutely correct. And that's not something that we created. That's just simply the circumstances for airline travel in the year 2013. And I will tell you, it has forced everybody in the airline industry to start to get creative around what these hidden fees are going to be for. And everybody knows the guy who came up with the charge for earphones is a hero in this business.
And how are your travelers responding to this, then, your customers?
Our phones have been lit up in the call center as soon as we began the advertising of the $29 flat rate fee. And obviously, there's a little bit of confusion when they get to the airport and they're asked to put their luggage on the scale and then simply step on the scale and join their luggage. There's a moment of sort of confusion of what's going on. And then when it's explained to them, then they simply have to get out. They ain't going to miss a flight. They're going to get out the card, and they're going to say, well, I guess I better next time try to see if I can travel without my bags. And no, don't wear this big old belt buckle. And I don't need to wear that heavy coat.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the program, Mr. Hickey, and best of luck with your airline.
I want to thank you very much, and I will tell you, since we have implemented this, flying over the state of Texas has been an incredibly profitable venture.